ايه تعالى بقى تعالى بقى بجد
الله الله
ما
الله.
تفعلش على كده بقى كده لا
So, hola mi amigos. Hope you all are having a fantastic morning like I am. Wow, Spanish Sham in the house. What can I say? There's a new time for a new thing always. Maybe one day I'll become a polyglot. Highly unlikely, but it is what it is. Anyway, as you probably could see from the beginning of the video, we had a fantastic night on March 25th. What can I say? This iPhone introduced me to a world of recording and documenting the crazy nights that I usually have. So yeah, that one of my friend's cars, going to steal this guy's car, one of also my friends that was in the video, and then it was super rainy and damp and people were throwing water on us. It was just messy. But anyway guys, I came to talk about something a little bit different than my adventures overnights. And what I mean by that is the recently diagnosed, yeah man, I'm good with English, the recently diagnosed problems that I had with my back. Well, let's run it back a little bit. I've always noticed something, even 2 years ago, from the videos that I posted on my shorts on this account, like when I was deadlifting 200 kilos for 4 and conventional pulling 160 for 15, I would always notice that my back would get extremely pumped very fast, my lower back, which was weird because like the other guys I trained with will not have that problem. I'll just get like a massive pump very quickly from one set or something. And I always thought it was just due to me working with lower rep ranges for the majority of my training for deadlifts and squats. But it turned out to be something else. So after a few months, I started building back up my deadlift from the car crash that we had. I'm gonna put a picture on the screen now. So after that car crash, I kind of took some period off training where I was just kind of basically chilling out, letting my body recover, and of course letting my mind recover because it wasn't easy mentally to go through. But anyway, so when I started training again, I started kind of closing in on my weights. I actually exceeded my all-time best with a 220 deadlift for 2, and also I was closing them on squat fast. But even then, the same problem came to me, but it got a little bit worse. So my lower back would get pumped very fast, as I said. I would get some miniature pain in the right SI joint. So at my lower back, like right in like the glute area, I would get like a sharp pain for no reason. And I always thought it would be like from a core imbalance or a core weakness because I didn't really train core at all. I thought that like the carryover that I had from deadlifts and squats and stuff would be enough for me to cure it. But it turns out that when I was having a deadlift session with Shitewi, I might put the clip on screen if I can find it, I'm not sure. But I was going that day for 180 kilo sumo AMRAP because at that point, conventional was bugging me too much that I was like, let's just do sumo. Let's try it out. I might not get as much pain on sumo as I do on conventional. Well, that wasn't the case. I worked up to a set with 150 kilo, 330 pounds. It was supposed to be my last warm-up. And on the 4th rep of that warm-up, I felt a feeling that I didn't like and I will never want to feel again. It felt like my body was just gonna sheer force break in half. Actually, let's be a little bit less dramatic than that. So it felt like my hip, while I was basically locking out, my hip was just gonna go this side and my body was gonna stay straight. So my legs were just gonna leave me. So I was like, okay, now this is definitely not a good sign. So after that, I had to terminate a training session, which is something I rarely do. Only if I fail a PR and I'm just super pissed. But I never fail it because of pain. I never quit a session because of pain, ever. So that was a first for me. It kind of fucked with me a little bit, but I was like, I don't want this to get a lot worse. I would rather just cut it off here and save the rest for later. And so I went to go a self-diagnosed MRI. I was like, let's just do it on my lower back. And look what I found. So actually, to be more accurate, I got this MRI on March 11th. So before all the clips you're watching now, even before like the clips from the last video. So basically what it says here, it says I have a mild bulge of L4-L5 disc, mildly indenting sac, which is basically the nerves, and also I have an annular bulge of L5-S1. Now, I was like, oh shit, I thought that was something huge, but I looked it up. It was basically just a less significant herniated disc. So a bulge disc, then herniated disc, then there's something else if your disc is totally fucked, but I don't want to get to that level. So I was like, okay, I'll take some rest. And at that point, I'd already been resting for 2 or 3 weeks. So I basically stopped all leg training sessions, anything that had basically lower back load, except maybe for some quad extensions and leg curls and some calf work, seated calf work. Although I would like to make sure blood is going into these ligaments and tendons and stuff, I would like to just let it rest, let it totally recover, and start doing rehab work right after. I made sure also to do a fair bit of stretching, and I'll show you guys an exercise at the end of this video that I found I was super weak in, and it didn't hurt me, and now I feel a lot better from it. So I've been consistently practicing that. I'll also put links in the description for the exercises that I practiced on the daily. They're very low force exercises, so they're basically just like slow dynamic stretches slash yoga. I don't know what you call it, but it makes you feel good. You can kind of tell. You don't really need a physician to tell you what is good for your body and what isn't, because you can basically tell. If you have any sort of athletic intuition and athletic experience, you'll know what feels good in your body and what's probably harming it. And that's why I will plan to significantly alter my training plan from here on out. I'll never go back to my balls to the wall powerlifting training style, because I found that is definitely not the most efficient way to do things. Neither it is the most conducive for results or longevity or anything at all. It just feeds your ego. And this game is about, from what I could tell, just years of practice, because I've been doing it for years. And as you could probably tell, I'm not really in my best shape because of things like this, overtraining, going balls to the wall all the time, as I said, and etc. So yeah, guys, I think that was pretty much it. Right now, how do I feel? I guess that's most important. In this session on April 6th, I started trusting my back for the first time. I dare not say I totally trust it just yet, even at the time of filming this, which is April 12th. I do not feel the confidence to say I totally trust my back just yet. But I'll be totally altering my training plan, as I said, to a more mind-muscle connectivity style of training, if that's even a thing. Higher reps, slow and controlled. As I said, we're going to be changing into a higher rep, more mind-muscle connection style of training. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you all have a great night or morning or whatever time zone you're in. Just have fun and yeah, kill it. If you guys want any more videos, recommend them down in the description. Recommend them down in the comment section below. And Sham Amigo out.